let's talk, because you already know how we getting started. If you're on my YouTube and you want to book a personal, link down below. If you're on my TikTok, up above. You already know how we getting started. So, to be honest, y'all, I have been revamping. And to be honest, it's finally time for me to honestly get clear. So let's talk. I want to start with a story about removing people. And to be honest, the person is insignificant, but the story is honestly, the story is the whole spill as to why I'm telling y'all this. And then we're going to get into downloads, and then I'm going to read from Amethyst, okay? I had met a gentleman out a few months back, and to be honest, I didn't know the purpose of me meeting this person, but we about to talk about it real quick. I was out with one of my friends. It was actually at like some concert at a hotel, and this gentleman had just came up to me randomly, right? I didn't go out of my way to talk to him, but he was all up in my face trying to get to know me and stuff like that. Now immediately, we was talking, we was having conversation. He was attractive and shit like that, right? But the point of me telling you this story is because he had red flags. One of the red flags that he had told me was like, listen, I'm too busy working. Another red flag he had gave me is that like, he was just like, oh, let me see your teeth. That was really beyond me. But to be honest, I gotta tell you, the reason why I'm telling y'all this is that there are times where you attract what you are. And I attracted this man. And the reason and how I attracted this man is because I was very much superficial. The reason I attracted this person is because I was very much into, okay, can you fit the bill? The reason I attracted this person is because like he was a vision of me. Like he was the type of person, like I was very much at that time emotionally unavailable. See, it's so funny because I like to sit over here and say, yo, like I'm looking for a relationship. I like to sit over here and say that, you know, I'm trying to put my best foot forward. But I was picky. And one thing that kept coming across to me recently, and it's what's actually led me to do this reading, is that sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover, because you don't know why that fucking book was presented to you. So in this example, I ended up giving him a chance anyway. Even though I seen red flags, I still gave him a chance. But then within my intuition said I shouldn't have dealt with that person, but I still did. The reason I'm telling y'all this story is because y'all, want y'all to understand something. Sometimes you have to sit over here and listen to what people are telling you. You have to sit over here and listen. If people sit over here and tell you, yo, I'm not emotionally available, it's because they're not available. If people are sitting over here communicating to you like, listen, I got a lot going on in my life, then guess what? That means they got a lot going on in your life. And to be honest, I want you to understand something. Sometimes you attract what the fuck you are. And that's a hard truth to fucking swallow, because a lot of you guys don't like who the fuck you are. Another thing, some of you guys are sitting over here like, yo, Charlie, Tavion, I want you, I'm trying to find love and shit. But the point of the matter is that you haven't removed the necessary people in order for you to bring in love. It's so funny because when I got on live, I thought we was going to go in a whole nother direction, but I feel like God is like, let's move on. So let's talk. A lot of you guys ain't removing the people that are fucking dead weight. A lot of you guys are not removing the people that sit over here and that fucking, like, you guys aren't learning the lesson. A lot of you guys keep sitting over here repeating lessons after lessons after lessons after lesson. And I want you to understand something. You're not understanding that the lesson keeps getting repeated through different people because you have yet to sit over here and really realize that you're the reason why you keep going through this lesson. See, you haven't switched up who you are as a person. So you need to sit over here and start identifying like, yo, why the fuck am I attracting these certain type of individuals? Let's talk real quick. Sometimes y'all need to sit over here and do a self-evaluation. Is it because I'm sleeping with people on the first night? Is that how I'm giving it up? Is it because I'm sitting over here saying, yo, I don't really want something serious, even though deep down inside I do know I want something serious? See, I want you to understand something. And Jay, you always are at the right time. Like, you always are at the right place at the right time. You said, am I repeating the same lesson? Well, Bree, you have to ask yourself that. And the reason why I sit over here and I say that is because you have to sit over here and look. It's funny, I'm looking at my journal right now. That's why I keep looking down. But I keep looking at something that I had wrote like a month ago. And I just realized I met somebody else like that. Like I went through the same lesson, but I did not realize it was the same lesson until I read the person's name. But then I was like, well, technically I can cross out his name and put the new person's name, because this is the same exact fucking lesson. The lesson is when people sit over here and say that they're not fucking available, then you need to believe them. The lesson is that, listen, when people sit over here and show you that they're inconsistent, then you remove them, right? But that's my lesson. I could cross out the person's name and put the new person's name, and it would be the same lesson. That's how you know if you're repeating lessons or not. And the thing is that if you're not learning the lesson from the first person, but you X out that first person, the lesson still gets carried on to the next person. Now I want you to understand something. You're the only one that could take yourself out of these lessons. And I know y'all are like, okay, but how the fuck do I do that? You shift your movement. You shift what you're doing. So for example, in my example, I felt like I kept attracting nonchalant poppies. In my example, I felt like I keep attracting emotionally unavailable people. And it's 1:44 as I'm saying that. And in turn, in order for me to not attract nonchalant poppies type shit, and in order for me to sit over here and actually sit over here and find my divine person, I have to sit over here and be emotionally unavailable. I have to keep it real and be authentic and tell people what it is that I'm looking for in order to rid out the people that's just there to waste my time type shit. I have to pay attention to consistency, because consistency tells you everything that you need to know, right? Now, y'all, this is my example. Take it as it resonates. I have to understand that, listen, if text messages start slowing up, that means the interest isn't there. Or they're trying to play too many games, and I don't want to deal with that either. You have to sit over here and start to change up your movement. So instead of you sitting over here trying to figure out why a person ghosted you, you move on to the next case and don't figure it out. It's like you're switching up what you did from your past, so you're not repeating the lesson. The lesson could be is that when people ain't for you, you move the fuck on, okay? So without further ado, we're about to get into downloaded messages. Is y'all ready? Let's go download messages. And y'all, I have on nightgown today because I felt like being like in my yellow Lady Oshun presence. So let's get into it. First downloaded messages: bet on yourself. Some of you guys aren't understanding that a lot of the things that you are going through in life is because you're not betting on yourself. A lot of you guys are not understanding that a lot of y'all opportunities come from you sitting over here putting yourself into the positions that you need to be put into. But the point of the matter is that y'all are so scared. Flamingos could be significant, because I didn't know that this little nightgown had a flamingo on it until I actually put it on. So take it as it resonates. The next downloaded message I wrote down is: I'm cheering God on. He's fighting my battles. My ancestors are his soldiers. I wrote that down because a lot of you guys, regardless of if you believe in God, regardless of if you believe in fucking the universe, regardless of if y'all go to church, I don't give a fuck about that. The significance of that is that, listen, there's a lot of things you don't got fucking control over. You don't have control over if people walk into your life. You don't have control over if people sit over here and do you right. You don't have control over whether a person wants to show up for you or if they don't want to show up for you. But what you do have control over is your support within the fucking universe. And from there, you got support within you sitting over here telling your fucking spirit guides and your ancestors, like, listen, yo, there's a lot of battles I can't fucking fight, but I can control what it is that I can. Now I want you to understand something. I talked about this on my last live. God and your ancestors see shit that you don't see, right? When motherfuckers are doing you wrong, they see that shit, right? So those are the people that can sit over here and get those people out of your life faster than you can, because you don't even know why you removing these people. You don't even know why you blocking these people. That's what I mean by that. So look at God and look at your ancestors as them fighting the battles that you can't fucking fight. Okay? Next thing. Secrets are within you. A lot of you guys are not sitting over here taking the necessary time to journal, to actually sit over here and figure out, what is it about you that keeps continuing these past lessons. See, Bree, I want to talk to you really quickly. And the reason why is because you asked me, you're like, what, am I repeating lessons? You should already know what lessons you're repeating within yourself. See, I need you to understand something. When you're truly invested into yourself, when you truly understand yourself, when you truly are actually taking the time to get to know yourself, those answers are you're able to identify that, right? You asking me that shows me that you haven't taken the necessary time to ask yourself, and honestly, Bree, it could be that you just don't trust yourself, because that's a whole thing within itself too. And another thing is that you can't doubt yourself. Like you can't doubt yourself. You have to trust what you're saying, but you also have to be able to look within to know like that you're moving in the right direction. And you have to also trust and have faith that if you ain't going in the right direction, you're going to get redirected. Because if you think about times past, that's always happened. It's like, I want y'all to understand something, because I'm going to take it off you, Bree. Sometimes in life we move in the wrong direction. Sometimes we sit over here and we don't know left or right. Sometimes we don't fucking know, like, are we supposed to keep these people in our life? Or are we supposed to remove these people? But the only thing that we can sit over here and do is still experience the shit. And eventually we figure out, okay, should these people be removed, or versus should these people not be removed? The only way we can figure that shit out is through experiences, right? But where y'all are fucking up at is that y'all are not experiencing anything. Y'all are just allowing life to fucking life. Y'all are sitting over here staying in the house instead of getting your ass out. Y'all are sitting over here not creating new moments and new experiences for yourself because you're too afraid. Now, I also wrote down cartwheels. Some of you guys need to get back to your childlike energy. Because I remember when I was a kid, the reason why I wrote down that is because when I was a kid, I really wanted to be a gymnast. And I want you to understand something. A lot of you guys have got out of the mentality of asking yourself, like, when you was a kid, what the fuck did you want to do? A lot of you guys sat over here and forced yourself, even from a younger age, into adulthood. A lot of you guys, and even including myself, I remember when I was like 12 to 14, talking about like, I can't wait till I'm 20 until I'm moving into my new place. Like, I can't wait till I move out of my mom's place. Like, I was always trying to be grown, more grown than what the fuck I needed to be. And I feel like I missed my whole childlike energy. Don't get me wrong. I went outside. When I was a kid, I rode my bike. I made mud pies. I sat over here. How you doing, Z? Like, I want y'all to understand something. When I was a kid, I sat over here and I did kid-like shit. But the point of the matter is that when I got out of my kid-like state, I still wanted to be grown. And I feel like within that, I feel like the significance is that it's time for y'all to get back to y'all childlike energy. That means I don't give a fuck if you 40 years old. You need to sit over here and get back to, okay, what makes you happy as a kid? Because that is where your creativity comes from for my people that are fucking creators. That is where fucking you sit over here and you start to be able to believe in love again. That's where you sit over here and you like, okay, listen, I know I'm in a fucked up situation, but my imagination reminds me that I can sit over here and get myself out of it. My childlike state brings more people to me because when you were a child, you were happier. And I'm not talking about, and catch me, I'm not talking about the fucked up shit we went through as kids. Because listen, our experiences is what took the childlike fucking energy away from us, right? You said you about to go buy some roller skates right now. See, that's what I like. Go do childlike shit. I want you to understand something. We can't change how we grew up, right? We can't sit over here and take back the fact that maybe one of our parents wasn't there, or maybe both of our parents wasn't there. Maybe we was raised by our grandparents. We can't take back the fact that some of us went through a lot of shit and we had to grow up real quick. But what we can do is sit over here and try to go back and live in the past. Fuck what other people are sitting over here saying. And actually, it's not living within the past, but it's just channeling an energy to make us happy within inside. Because a lot of us, because we had to grow up fast, and I got you guys, because we had to grow up fast, we couldn't experience shit as a kid. It's like if we wanted to go take piano lessons, but our parents was like, we don't got no fucking money for no piano lessons type shit. It's like, go teach yourself, you an adult now, go invest your money into going and teaching yourself the piano type shit. That's going back into your childlike energy. What that's going to do is bring out fucking that's gonna bring out a fucking peace within yourself, because a lot of y'all got childlike energy that's been fucking ignored. It's been abused. It's been, to be honest, it's been abandoned. And I feel like God is like, I guess that's the fucking message today. A lot of y'all need to go back to y'all childlike state, because that's where your healing needs to start. A lot of y'all have been sitting over here, and whoever watches me, if you watching me and you listening to me, the soul, thank you for that. If you watching me and you listening to me, we always are at the right place at the right time. Your confirmation is that you need to start with going back to your childhood and healing the shit from your fucking childhood. Because right underneath here, I put inner healing. I wrote down inner healing, and I wrote these downloads a minute ago. But God told me to come back to this page. And I feel like a lot of you guys have been sitting over here, and I want y'all to understand something. How you doing, Shasha? A lot of you guys have been lost. You're like, I know I want to start healing. A lot of y'all have been in a state where you're like, I know I want to heal. I just don't know what the fuck to heal. Go back to your childhood. And that means you got to unlock a lot of fucking shit that hurts, big dog. I want y'all to understand something. And I also want to tell y'all, just because I'm not reading every comment doesn't mean that I don't pay attention. I just want to get down through the downloaded messages, okay? I want y'all to understand something. The only person that can heal you is you. It doesn't matter who apologizes for what the fuck they did to you. It doesn't matter if you sit over here and if the people die that sit over here and hurt you. It don't matter. The only people that can go back in time and to heal what the fuck hurt you is you. That means, i.e., maybe your parents didn't have enough money to get you those roller skates, but now as an adult, you got money, so go get those fucking roller skates type shit. That means, listen, maybe your parents weren't fucking there, and you never sat over here and got the opportunity to express to them like how much that impacted you. Well, now you're a grown-ass adult and you got a mouth. Speak the fuck up. Tell them. A lot of the shit that y'all have within y'all need to get out of y'all, because it's blocking y'all. It's blocking y'all from love. It's blocking y'all from having kids. It's blocking y'all from even wanting kids. It's blocking y'all, and it's resenting y'all the kids that y'all actually fucking have. Like, a lot of you guys don't understand that a lot of y'all sit over here and said that y'all would never be like y'all parents, but y'all turned into y'all fucking parents. And it's only because that was the only experience that you ever had. And to be honest, the crazy thing is that y'all turned into y'all parents unbeknownst to y'all, because you sat over here and didn't really do the inner healing work in order to heal all your past child fucking wounds. And now your kids is going through, and I like to sit over here and say that we are improvements of our fucking parents, right? We ain't exactly our parents, but we're improvement of our parents. But it's like, the more healing that you do, the better off and the more different you will be from your parents. See, your parent only did the best that they could. And that's why I don't sit over here and I don't talk crap about, and I don't be mean, or I don't sit over here and judge people's parents, and including my own parents. And it's because they did the best of what they could, and their parents did the best of what they could. So guess what? But now we have the resources. Now we are able to talk about this shit. Now we can sit over here and we can put all the cards on the motherfucking table. Where the fuck did we fuck up at? We can look at our parents and ask them, where the fuck did you fuck up at? So I can make sure when I have my fucking kids that I don't mess up there. We can look at ourselves and be like, yo, I don't like this shit about myself, but that's some real G shit. See, I need y'all to understand something. Some of you guys, the reason why y'all ain't healed is because y'all can't do no real self-evaluation about the shit that you need to change. See, I need y'all to be able to look at yourselves and like yourselves and love yourselves, but y'all hate yourselves. And y'all hate yourselves because y'all was taught to hate yourselves. Y'all was raised by people that hate themselves. So how the fuck do you undo it? How you doing, Empress? How do you undo it? Well, you sit over here and you figure out what parts about you that you hate, and you go back and you love and you nurture those parts about yourself. And you remove all the people that don't fucking respect you. You remove all the people that trigger you. And honestly, it's not that you remove the people that trigger you. You sit over here and analyze why there are people in your life that's fucking triggering you. We talking, soul. We talking today. You sit over here and you identify why these fucking people are triggering you, and then you fix the fucking trigger. But I do need you to remove the people that don't respect you, because there's a lot of people that sit over here and cause you not to respect you. It's about establishing boundaries. Listen, you can't remove your mom out your life type shit. But the point of the matter is that you also need to sit over here and realize that, listen, not everybody can fucking go on this new journey with you. Shantae said, it's a blessing that my mother and I are both on our healing journeys. I'm telling you. But it's honestly the hardest. It's the most beautifulest, but the most hardest thing. I ain't even gonna fucking, let me tell you something, y'all. Healing is ghetto. Healing is hard. Everybody want to sit over here and be like, yeah, let's get our journals out. Let's sit over here and write, y'all. I can sit over here and show y'all all my journals. My journals is filled. Like, filled. Like, each page, it don't matter. Filled. Like, but it's like, it don't matter how much I write. Pain don't go away. It don't matter how much I talk this shit out. It don't matter how many times I sit over here and fucking, and let me tell you something. Soul said, I got books, girl. Me too. It's crazy. I kid you not, Soul. Let me tell you something. I started this book on June 14th. This was started on June 14th. I'm almost done. This is where I'm at. This is a past entry. This is where I'm at right now. This is a blank page. I don't know why the significance of this. I only have this many pages left in this damn book. I started this on June 14th. Let me tell you something. Healing is hard, y'all. And sometimes you could do it by yourself. And honestly, you can't. At first I was going to say you could do it by yourself, but you don't. You can't. There's no way you could do it by yourself, because I want y'all to understand something. You have a piece to the puzzle that you're hurting. And honestly, let me tell you something. You have a piece to the puzzle, but some of the pieces, it don't come from you. Some of it comes from your parents. Some of it comes from your fucking grandparents. Yes, Nana started this year, 2023, big dog. Chosen one, thank you. You said it started this year, big dog. This is, I'm gonna keep it all the way being, this is the fastest I've got through a journal book. Like, usually it'll take me like a year to get through a journal. This is the fastest I've been getting through to it, because I really have been taking the time to fucking, you want to talk about shadow work, bitch? A bitch been doing shadow work. But back to these downloaded messages, because I don't want to get off track real quick, y'all. I also wrote down, your intuition is always on point. That goes back to the initial point of what I was telling y'all earlier, is that y'all need to start listening to yourself. You know when people don't feel right. You know, and catch me, y'all know when people are sitting over here feel like, even maybe it's not even people, maybe it's just like environments. Like, y'all trying to go find y'all a new apartment, and y'all step into something and it's like, this apartment don't feel right. This club don't feel right. I want you to understand something. Y'all intuition, y'all body, y'all anatomy, like, it knows. It knows the people that you're supposed to be around. It knows, like, it knows when you fucking aren't supposed to be around these people, which I have to go back to that first story from what I was talking about when I first started this live. When I met that young gentleman, he didn't feel right to me. But here I am sitting over here just like lolly dolly dolly. I want y'all to understand something. Sometimes y'all have interaction with people that don't feel right, and you need to remove those people out of your energy. And the reason why is because y'all are not meant for those people. See, sometimes y'all have come into consciousness and y'all have realized that people aren't for you, but you still keep them around you because the dick be good or the pussy be good. Some of y'all keep these people around based off of what you can get from them materialistically. Sometimes they know somebody that you need to know. Maybe it's networking reasons. I want y'all to understand something. If a person doesn't feel right, remove them. And before you remove them, ask yourself why they don't feel right. Because I'm gonna keep it all the way at being with you. When it comes to removing people, you got to sit over here and realize why you're removing these people. Now, if these people go against your moral code type shit, all right, we can get away with them. They disrespecting you, all right, cool. They sitting over here like they over here trying to be messy and cause blockages and shit in your life, all right, cool. But if you're removing somebody because they trigger you, it's just going to come in another form of a person. What does that mean, Tavion? I'm going to break it down to you. Sometimes people come, you know how I just told y'all that people can be like the missing pieces in their lives and shit like that? Like sometimes it could be like a puzzle piece, like you've been trying to figure some shit out and then a person will come into your life, or it could be an old person that comes back type shit. Sometimes people are put into your life, almost always they're put into your life to trigger something within you, but only you decide whether you can identify what that trigger is. I want y'all to understand something. You said sometimes we keep people because of people pleasing as well, and that's a whole nother conversation, Jay. You on point today, because a lot of the times, like sometimes the people just fit the fucking bill, which goes back to the first example. I ended up hanging out with that young man. He ended up we went out to eat, and then we sat over here and he invited me back to his place. Let me tell you something. His place, I thought that he was actually like, you know, outside of the vibe being weird, I was like, but he fit the bill. His home is nice. He's clean as fuck. He's professional as fuck. He knows how to network. I had seen him, like, within that whole 24 hours, y'all, I kid y'all not, I seen him networking with a whole bunch of people. I seen what he was like around his friends. He seemed mature. Like, everything fit the fucking bill with this guy. But his energy to me was still off. Like, it still didn't feel right within me, but I still went against my own intuition. But then a part of me was people pleasing. And let me tell y'all something. Thank you, Jay, for that comment, because I had to sit over here and do a deep dive on, like, what was it? Like, why the fuck? Y'all, I wrote down, I always revamp who my perfect person is all the fucking time. But he was a version of a person that I had wrote down. And to be honest, y'all, I need y'all to understand something. As you continue to heal, and especially if you are healing like correctly, you realize that you start attracting different people. The more that you heal, the more that you keep attracting. Like, you attract what you are, and that's like, but to be honest, that's a hidden gem. Hold on, there's two things I gotta tell y'all. The more you heal, the more you attract what you are. So if you continue to heal, say for example, you got abandonment issues and you heal your abandonment issues. All right, cool. You want to attract people that's not abandoned no more, but you still might attract people that's insecure, because insecure is still something you need to work on. That makes sense? Like attracts like. Now I need y'all to understand something. Sometimes while you are healing, you can attract the past shit. The past shit that you had already worked on and stuff like that, those motherfuckers can still pop back up. See, some of the people that come into your life are past manifestations of what the fuck you asked for. So for example, you say, yo, I want somebody that's sitting over here that's, say you was in your gold digging status, because I'm gonna keep it all the way at being about who I am. I used to date people for fucking like really about if they were influential. If they were fucking hypergamy, like I was very much in the hypergamy lifestyle. Like, can you do for me? Can you get me gifts and shit like that? I later realized that you shouldn't date people and you shouldn't use people, but that's my truth. I had to go through that in order to learn that, yeah, I shouldn't just date people based off of what they can do for me, okay? Now, two.
This school year,
because
shoot for the stars. Find your people. We got this.
Please hold. Now, because they fucking up my meditation music. Okay, big. Now, because I was able to sit over here and let's keep it a being with you. I guess God wants me to switch up my meditation music. Please hold, guys. Because I'm like, y'all not about to fuck up my intuition. Thank you, God. Because I sat over here and I went through that, I was able to identify, like, yo, like, okay, I shouldn't sit over here and be dating people based off of what the fuck it is that they can contribute to my life. But although I sat over here and I moved forward and I sat over here and I started dating people for who the fuck they truly are, I still to this day attract sugar daddies. I still to this day attract people that's sitting over here that think that they can get my attention just by buying me. I still attract these past people because they are past manifestations of what the fuck I manifested. Do y'all catch me? So, yes, you attract who you are. You attract who, the more you heal, the more you will attract who the fuck you are, which is the healed version of you. But that does not mean that the past manifestations won't be around the corner too. And then you enter into a path to where you're at a crossroad. Do I want to move forward? Do I want to fucking deal with people that are more like me, which is healed, which is people that are genuine, which is people that sit over here and look out for other people, that help other people, that have resources to give to other people? Or do I still want to be within this selfish ass energy? Do I still want to sit over here and use people? Do I still want to deal with people and get money the fast way? Like, a lot of you guys have to sit over here and realize when you start doing the healing work, you're going to come to a place to where you got to sit over here and really start choosing your new self. But the point of the matter is that where y'all start fucking up at is that, and really even me too, because I'm just now getting out of it. Each time when you come between these two paths, you got to choose your future self. Because that's the test within itself, is are you gonna go back to what's comfortable? See, your past is comfortable. Your past is you sitting over here dealing with past fucking situationships, past relationships. Your past is you sitting over here still getting money the fast way. Maybe you grew up and you was a hustler, so now all of a sudden that was the easy way. It's easier for you to go get money that way. But the challenge is you going into corporate America. The challenge is you starting your own corporation legally. The challenge is you sitting over here really working on yourself, and instead of you sitting over here saying, oh, I'm just toxic, that's just the way that the fuck I am, you actually sitting over here working on the shit that people left you for. Is we talking today? JC, how you doing, babes? The challenge is when you start healing, God challenges you your ass back. It's like, okay, but are you really gangster enough to change who the fuck you are? See, a lot of y'all think that healing is all free willy-nilly and it's all easy and shit, but in reality, it's like, but do you have what it takes to sit over here and move forward? Do you have what it takes to sit over here and... Y'all, let me know if my meditation music be like too loud, because I will turn this shit off if I need to. Do you have what it takes to move forward? Which leads me to my fucking next point, is you gotta keep it real with yourself. The next downloaded message is keep it real with yourself. I want you to understand something. The only person that can keep it real with you is you. The only person that can sit over here and really like know every deepest, darkest secret that's in your motherfucking closet is you. And the only person that can hold you accountable is you. So if you sitting over here saying and you preaching that you want change, if you sitting over here preaching and saying that you want to like develop, if you the type of person where you just like, yo, I really want love, then you need to adapt who the fuck you are type shit. See, I need you to understand something. A lot of y'all sit over here and say y'all want shit, but y'all don't want it enough. A lot of y'all sit over here and say like, listen, I need this, but you're not willing to change who you are right now in order for you to bring this in. See, I need you to understand something. Sometimes God is challenging you to sit over here and see like, okay, how bad do you want this shit? Because what you're asking for is not just go change your shoes and get ready type shit. It could be, yo, you need to go buy a whole new shoes. Do you even got the resources to sit over here and do that? If not, let's go save some money so we can go buy them new shoes for you type shit. Some of the things that y'all ask God for or that you guys are manifesting require multiple steps, but you sitting over here, you over here thinking that God's just about to sit over here and just give it to you, and God is just like, yo, big dog, I'm gonna meet you halfway. But the point of the matter is that you got to sit over here and realize that you actually have to sit over here and get up and get out the fucking house if you want love. You got to sit over here and realize that, listen, you got to be attracted to yourself before other people can be attracted to you. You said that you want to sit over here and lose weight. That means you need to sit over here and either go get you a gym membership or go to that motherfucking track and start walking. You need to understand that there are multiple steps that it takes to get to what it is that you want. Even if it's sitting over here, you want to sit over here and just go get your body done. You got to schedule the orientation or the fucking consultation to go get your shit done type shit. Then you got to sit over here and go meet with the doctors. Then you got to sit over here and come back and make sure that all your blood work is correct. Then you got to sit over here and actually go get your fucking body done. And before then, you got to sit over here and make sure you got the time off of work to do that shit. Like, there are steps to lead up to whatever it is that you want. Nothing is just, okay, here you go type shit. But I like to challenge y'all, and I want y'all to sit over here and say that I want you to understand something. It don't matter if you go and fucking want to go to the gym. It don't matter if you want to get on that fucking table and cut yourself. God don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. Do what you want to fucking do. It don't matter. It don't matter what nobody else says. And that's the part where it says keep it real with yourself. Fuck what the fuck everybody else got going or what they saying. Keep it real with yourself. And if you want to sit over here, each one requires fucking work. Is which one do you want to do? And then take the necessary steps to actually do that shit. Okay? No, I'm not from the DMV. Next thing y'all need to sit over here and realize is whoever that person is on your fucking mind, you said they ain't texting you back, right? You said they ain't showing you consistency. You said over here, maybe you said over here, how you doing, John? Maybe y'all done slept with the person. Maybe you done sit over here and you done went on a few dates and now you done seen that their communication is switching up. This is confirmation. They're not interested. For some reason, I wrote that randomly, but they're just not interested. Some of you guys definitely double confirmation on fucking. Maybe some of you guys had relations with these people, and to be honest, it was good because I did download the messages and then I wrote this whole thing because it says fucking was good. And honestly, that person was surprised that whoever you had sex with was surprised at how good it was. And I think that that's honestly what's throwing you off. This is to like specific people. But if you feel it within your heart, then take that shit. They were surprised at how good the sex was because they didn't like, conversation was like kind of like bland. But then when y'all had sex, it was actually good. But it didn't take away from the fact that they're not emotionally available. And they told you that they weren't available. And they told you that they worked a lot. And they told you, like they told you all this shit. But you're still wondering why they're not responding to your texts or why they're not as consistent as before. Also, I feel the need to sit over here and say, I didn't break this down, but I feel the need to sit over here and tell y'all that, listen, some of them could have found somebody else. And then I wrote down the lesson in red letters. So what's the lesson behind this whole thing, y'all? If y'all vibing and y'all feel this within y'all heart, we talking, okay? How y'all doing? How you doing, beauty? Sorry, I'm not in the comments today, y'all. Okay, I'm downloads right now. We downloading it. The lesson behind all of this was maybe you shouldn't sleep with somebody on the first night type shit. Not the best move, but I definitely have sat over here and slept with somebody on the first night and it turned into a 4-year relationship. So take it as it resonates. You could be a Scorpio because that relationship, I was with a Scorpio. His moon placement was a Libra, so you could have Libra placements as well. And the crazy part is that I just had a dream about him last night. So a Scorpio could be significant. But the crazy part is, in my dream last night, he didn't look like the ex that I'm talking about. But in my dream, I identified him as my ex. The dude in my dream was light skinned. My ex was a caramel complexion. And really, it was my ex type shit. The dude had piercings. My ex didn't have no piercings. So this could be you, or this could be somebody that you're dealing with. The guy in my dream also had tattoos, but he was very much like, he gave me a hug in the dream though. I don't know why I'm telling y'all about this dream, but I feel like it's significant, so fuck it. He gave me a hug in the dream. And he said, it feels so good to be able to feel the presence of somebody. Like, he's like to be able to feel emotions again. That's specifically what he said. He says, it feels so good to feel emotions again. But I really think that he meant to sit over here and say, like, it feels so good to be around somebody that I can express my emotions with. So maybe some of you guys are dealing with people that sit over here and fucking, like, you bring them comfort when they're around you. And I think that that's a side message. I don't think that had nothing to do with the first part of it. Some of you guys have exes that are visiting you in your dreams because they do miss you. Some of these people that you have exes because there was a lot of things. So for some reason, they want me to do a deep dive in this dream. So I'm going to do a deep dive in the dream real quick, okay? And then I'm going to hold off on the downloaded messages because I still have a few. Within this dream, some of you guys are dealing with somebody that has a kid. because I remember that the father or the mother of his child had popped up, and she was dropping the kid off. But the kid, when I was dealing with him, the kid was like younger, but like it's years later. This kid was like 12, 10, between the ages of 10 and 12. He had short hair, short curly hair, could be significant. All of these things, I feel the need to tell y'all, all of these things is for you guys. Like if you hear it, or like if you hear me say a characteristic or something and you're like, yo, that's me, or like, yo, that's somebody I know, or like if you resonate with it, it's because you need to hear this message. Don't take everything, it's just to trigger you guys. I feel the need to tell you that. In the dream, she dropped the kid off, but the kid is insignificant. Within the dream, I remember he said to his friend, because his friend was the one that actually brought me, because I was with my cousin, my sister, and some random girl that was a friend. At first, we were outside of the house, and then the friend of my ex had brought us into the house, and my ex was like, why did you bring her, why did you bring them in? Because you already know somebody's gonna pop up. So some of you guys might be in a place where you run into somebody that you're not supposed to run into, or you're supposed to sit over here, like you're dealing with somebody, like, and it's like maybe you have, like, it's your first thing. Maybe you met the kid, but you never met like the baby mom or the baby dad. Take it as it resonates. Y'all know what I mean. Also, I feel the need to sit over here and say that so anyway, it didn't matter. We ended up going to the basement. And the house was a new house. Like I didn't recognize the house, but we went to the basement. I remember that the friend, he used to, and it was present, it's like future tense. So the friend in the past, he used to play with his nose, but he doesn't play with his nose no more. He actually is an alcoholic. Like he switched crafts, so that could be significant. I remember the mother of the child left, and he came downstairs, and then that's when my ex was talking to me, and he was just like, it just feels so good, like, to be around you emotionally. And he gave me a hug, but it wasn't my ex. So yeah, okay, but that was my dream. And I was like, well, that's weird. Some of you guys need to cut ties from your exes. Like they still have strings. And the funny thing is now that I'm thinking about it, I cut the string. Ooh, yo, I think I just did a whole deep dive. Hold on real quick. It just popped up. I cut this tie from my ex. Like I cut the string. Like I cut the fucking string. So he can't pop up. And when you cut strings, they can't pop up in your dreams. But they can send another energy. Because the person in my dream, I didn't recognize. The person that's supposed to be my ex, it was not my ex. But sometimes they can send somebody else. Like it could be a whole nother vision of a person, but you can recognize it. You know that that's your ex within a spirit, but it's not your ex. So I feel like maybe some of you guys have cut the ties of your ex, but they still trying to contact you. So maybe that was my ex trying to fucking contact me within a fucking dream. But he can't, but he no longer has access to my dreams, so he has to send another person, or he has to transfer his energy into somebody else in order to pop up. But can they do that? Let me write that down. Transfer energy. That's for me to deep dive in. I'll ask my spirit team later on, okay? Anyway, yeah, I just did a whole deep dive. Sorry, y'all, because like literally that just happened last night, and I have yet to really decipher that dream. I didn't even know I was gonna be talking about that dream, but we're here. Okay, so going back to the downloaded messages. Somebody thinks you're distinctive. Like some of you guys really are, like, you have a physique to where it's like very unique. Like you don't look like everybody else. But even though he's interested in you, or she's interested in you, because I feel the need to sit over here and say it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you just had a recent encounter with somebody new, they don't know you though. They're still emotionally unavailable. Your final lesson is to not settle. That's not for all of you guys. That's only for some of you guys. Your final lesson is to not settle. Another lesson is to allow people to show you who they are. Because right after I wrote that down, I said, do I block him? I put yes or no, and I circled no. So some of you guys have been like contemplating on if you're gonna block somebody. I don't think that you should block somebody, but I wrote down like answer is correct, but you shouldn't reach out to that person. Like you should move on. You should allow them to reach out to you. Some of you guys, somebody is going to reach out to you. I also wrote down remove sex. I also wrote down let it go. And I also wrote down same lesson, different people. Going back to saying allowing people to show you who they are, some of you guys need to sit over here and really like take heed to that. Because a lot of, and it takes me back to, okay, so hold on the downloaded messages again. It takes me back to a recent conversation that I was having with my brother, my older brother at that, and he's a Scorpio. That is significant. Scorpios, I don't know if you have Scorpio in your chart. I don't fucking know what's going on, but we're having a Scorpio deep dive, okay? Either the person you're dealing with has Scorpio in their chart, or you yourself have Scorpio in your chart. Scorpio is all throughout this fucking reading. My older brother, he's a Scorpio. He told me, he was like, you need to allow people to show you who they are. But I just had that conversation with him this past weekend. I did these downloads on July 10th. So double confirmation. If you guys, I feel the need to sit over here and tell you, if you guys keep a journal, if you have notes or if you have photos, go back to July 10th and see why that's significant. And thank you, Joya. I feel the need to sit over here and give like thanks to this girl named Joya. It's a girl that I watch, and usually I don't give out people that I watch like reading wise, but I feel like I have to pay her homage and I have to sit over here and like give thanks to her. And maybe that's significant too. It's like, because some of you guys, if you are creators, sometimes you have to sit over here and actually be inspired by others, but turn it into your own niche. Some of you guys have your own way of thinking things. It's like, let's say you got your grandmother's recipe, but your recipe is to add cinnamon to the shit. Like you add your own spin to it. That could be significant. That could help. That could be for one specific person. Also, okay, back to the dream, or the dream. Back to what I was saying about my brother. My brother was telling me, he was like, you need to start taking the time to get to know people, because if you give them enough rope, then guess what? Then they're going to sit over here and then they're going to hang themselves. That's exactly what my brother said. And he was like, a lot of the times it's funny. A lot of the times it's funny because you just need to take your time with people. See, they're going to sit over here and reveal who they are to you. And I keep repeating that. I keep repeating that because I think that that's the only message that, because I was going to give you guys a whole spiel on what me and my brother was talking about, but I think that's the only part I need to tell you. People will reveal to you, but you need to take, so there's two messages. People will show you who they are, and to take your time getting to know these people. Don't feel like you're in a rush, and that's been on repeat for the past 3 days for me. I keep hearing it in different like synchronicities. So some of you guys need to sit over here and understand that you don't need, like, you have nothing but time. And then I also wrote down here, time will reveal. So some of you guys just need to be patient and understand that things will happen when it's supposed to happen. And it's taking me back, y'all, to like last night. I felt like the need, like I needed to do something. But whenever I would pull my tarot cards, like, because sometimes I'm like, but I don't feel like I should, like, I feel like I should do something, but I feel like I should stay home. And my tarot cards kept telling me to stay home. Like, it was just like, anytime I was like, can I go out? And they're like, no. Can I go out? No, but I feel like I need to do something. So some of you guys are contemplating like doing something, like sending a text message. Some of you guys are contemplating like, should I sit over here and switch jobs? Should I sit over here? Like, some of you guys are reacting, but I realized last night I was reacting out of a manic state. And when I mean manic, I mean like I felt like I just need to be on the go. I need to be on the go. I need to be on the go. I also felt last night like I was lonely, but I wasn't lonely. So that could be significant. Maybe I was channeling somebody's energy. I don't fucking know. I'm still learning this shit, okay? Empaths is impulsive. Thank you, soul. It's the impulsiveness. Whenever you, oh, thank you, soul. I'm so grateful that you are here. I'm so grateful that all of y'all are here. Let me tell y'all something. Because sometimes I don't have the pieces. Sometimes I don't fucking have the pieces, but I have the fucking pieces. Impulsiveness. Whenever you guys act impulsive, God will sit your ass down. Because you guys have to sit over here and catch me, or y'all have to y'all have to be in free flowing energy. God always wants you to sit over here and he always wants you to go with the flow, right? Whenever you go with the flow, things just happen. You say you want ice cream and you're like, okay, whatever. Ice cream just pops up in your fucking face. You get a call, hey, you wanna go get some ice cream? When you go with the flow, that's how synchronicities in life works. But when you're acting on impulses, when you don't have control over your emotions, that's when things go wrong. And I feel like that's significant. That's why I was like, well, God, should I just go to sleep? And he was like, yeah. And I just turned around and I put on some meditation music and I went to sleep. Impulsive. Some of you guys are really impulsive, and some of you guys, that's where you need to start. That's one of your childhood wounds that you need to heal. I also wrote down, don't accept the first offer. So some of you guys might be walking into offers. Some of you guys might have golden retrievers. Some of you guys could have just ate some Campbell's soup, but it's the summertime, so why would you be eating Campbell's soup? But maybe you guys might be soup lovers. I'm also hearing pho. Some of you guys might be Vietnamese, or learning a new language. I see the number 3, so maybe it's like your third language, or maybe some of you guys need to go and start learning languages. That could help you later on in life, I'm hearing. Specifically, they told me I can't tell you what languages to learn. If you feel called to learn a language, then go learn a language. This is like, my readings are confirmations. So if you haven't been automatically or already thinking about learning a language, then that might not be your path. Some of you guys' last names could be Campbell though. Allow people to love you. Some of you guys, let me tell you something. John said, you said you're trying to learn Italian? Okay. Some of you guys need to allow people to love you. Some of you guys, and that's a whole deep dive within itself. Please hold. Because sometimes some of these downloaded messages we can go through really quickly. Some of them we gotta take a little time on. Some of you guys need to remove, okay, wait. I was gonna go into remove the old. So maybe those two are in sync. So I said allow people to love you. I feel like some of you guys are not taking the designated time to actually love yourself. So therefore you're not allowing other people to love you, or you don't know how to allow people to love you. But in order for you to learn in order for you to learn how to allow people to love you, you have to remove the old, because the old is old ways of not loving you correctly. And I feel like that's significant. I feel like how you were taught to love was incorrect. Like it was one form, but maybe it was a form of survival, or maybe it was just because my mommy told me to type shit. Like that's the energy I'm getting, is like some of you guys were taught to love like in incorrect ways. Like some of you guys thought that maybe you didn't have to say I love you, but maybe like you just knew because they provided for you. But that's not real love type stuff. But who am I to tell you what love is? God is telling me that I can't tell you guys what love looks like to you, but you know that you weren't loved correctly. So therefore it's on you to figure out what love looks like to you, what it feels like to you. But you know that old shit was not love. And that's from your parents, that's from your past relationships, that's from your past. Because we give the love, and that might be significant too. We give out love the way that we were taught to be loved. But I feel like there's two messages there. The first message is that sometimes the reason why things didn't work out is because you didn't know how to love those people correctly, because you weren't taught to love correctly. So you have to go back and actually teach yourself how to re-love, or what's the correct way to love. But I also feel the need to sit over here and tell you not to go back to those people. It's not that you teach yourself how to love and then go back to those old people. I feel like everything happens for a reason, but you do need to revamp the way that, like, your love style, and you need to be open to loving people in the ways that they need to be loved, because your love language could sit over here and be physical touch, while their love language could sit over here and be words of affirmation. Just because you touch them doesn't mean that they feel loved. You got to tell them that they love you, same vice versa. But the point of the matter is that you guys think that it's only okay for you to love these people in their love, or in your love language, and therefore they don't feel loved, they don't feel seen, they don't feel heard. And same thing with you, because they might not love you correctly, because you attract what you are. So you have to remove the old. Some of you guys, that's what's messing you up within relationships, is that you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're sitting over here, you're only looking at it from your side of the view. But some of you guys need to take 2 steps back and actually look at the bigger picture as to why your shit didn't work. And it's not to say, because the key is to remove the old. It's not to go back to the past, but in order to help you with your future, like, you have to sit over here and fix your past. I also wrote down enjoy the now. So some of you guys are sitting over here living too much in the past, because it's funny, we keep talking about past, but it's like the past is gone now. Yeah. I also wrote down the number 3, but we talked about that. Restoration. When I said 3, I thought about 3 kids. Your name could be Malik, or you're dealing with somebody named Malik. I also feel the need to sit over here and say maybe the initial M. And now God is like, say all the letters that spell out Malik. So you could be dealing with somebody with the letter M, A, L, I, K, or this could be in your name. Heavy emphasis on K. I don't know why. This could be in their middle name too. A lesson that you learn behind this person is that you didn't obsess this time. Some of you guys could have, like, with going back to the impulses, sometimes y'all impulse can lead to obsession. I'm hearing it's within the genetics. Can you be taught obsession? Yeah, you could be taught obsession, I guess. But for a specific person, it's within your genetics. It's like, I'm hearing like your grandfather, I was gonna say your grandpa or your grandparents were obsessive. I also wrote down ready to release at first sign of inconsistency. So some of you guys are really in y'all cutting off era. Like, if it don't make sense, gotta go. But I also, when I reread that, I thought to myself, like, how can you cut somebody off just because it was the first sign of inconsistency? But some of you guys see the good within people, even though the bad outweighs it. And some of you guys need to stop doing that shit. Confirmation. People teach you things about yourself. Again, I'm going to say that again. People teach you things about yourself. You attract what you are. So, if you are attracting people that you don't fucking like, then you got to sit over here and look at yourself real quick, and you have to ask yourself, what is it that you don't like about that person? And then you need to shift it within yourself. Jenna said, okay, so you talking to me. I know you not talking to me. Yeah, Jenna, I'm talking to you. I also wrote down, why don't you know your worth? Question mark. Are we talking today? I also wrote down, what is settling? What don't you like? I feel like a lot of you guys need to actually ask yourself, like, actually write that shit down. What is settling and what don't you like, in order for you to figure out what it is that you don't like, so you can make room for the shit that you do like. Go listen to the songs Daydreamer by Adele and Chasing Pavements. Those two songs could be significant. Also, the date July 11th could be significant. Some of you guys are very spiritual. Okay, I'm gonna leave the downloaded messages there, and I'm gonna get into the channeled messages from my amethyst bowl. I also feel the need to sit over here and tell you guys that this will be on my YouTube, so just make sure that if you guys didn't catch it from the beginning, you can go back and re-watch it. Also, if you want a personal reading, then you can go ahead and book me with my link in the bio. I also feel the need to tell you guys that if you want the like if you want something that can keep it, like you want something you can keep, then book the video one. Don't book the phone one. Only book the phone reading if you feel called to, but book the video one, because the video one, you're going to always have access to that link to watch it at all times. Oh, I also forgot, y'all. I only am offering 2 more slots in my mentorship program. I actually had to take it off of my link in my bio. So I'm only offering 2 more slots, okay? So if you guys are actually interested, DM me on here or on IG, and let's get into these messages, okay? I keep hearing native, and then I see like a person with like native like a person like from the native tribe. I don't want to say different tribes, like, because I feel like it could be significant for a lot of different tribes, because I feel like that's significant. Everybody wants to be Cherokee, but it's like there's other tribes outside of just Cherokee type shit, like, or maybe you could drive a Cherokee Jeep. Some of you guys could have grew up with a speech impediment, because I was having a hard time saying Cherokee, and I don't know why. Some of you guys, some people could be trying to block your throat chakra, or you need to start speaking the fuck up. Some of you guys could be Cancers. Some of you guys could have tattoos of flowers on you. I felt the need to say lotus, but right now I'm seeing the flower of a lily. And I recently just bought some daisies. Actually, I didn't. I recently bought some sunflowers, but I felt the need to say daisy. So maybe your name could be Daisy, or you're about to receive some daisies, or maybe you should start buying flowers for your home. I also feel the need to sit over here and say, and now I see a rose here, but I see a rose, but it doesn't have any petals on it. I feel the need to say, even if you're a masculine, you should still buy flowers for your home to like brighten it up. Also, it's so funny because I see a rose in like a woman's hat and like a masculine's hat. You know what's crazy is it's because I keep saying different things that I'm not seeing. I see it in her hand, but maybe you or your grandfather used to carry little like stuff in their hats and stuff, like feathers. But I see it in her hand. I see a rose in her hand, but maybe in your past you had got in an argument with somebody, because I see a rose in somebody's mouth now. Maybe you sat over here and got into an argument, like you went out to the club, and you know how they be handing out roses and stuff like that. Maybe a masculine gave you a rose, and then when you went home, your man's was like, okay, but where the fuck you get that rose from, type shit. Like, that's the energy I'm getting. I don't know why. That could have caused to a big altercation, because I'm seeing a fight right behind that. Yeah, because somebody didn't like that. Even if y'all don't live together, it's like they seen a rose. Some of you guys could have got in an argument over a fucking rose. And I know y'all are like, a rose? A rose. Somebody's stalking you. It might not be physically. It could be just online. I'm seeing a woman specifically. And it's funny because I see her like, I'm seeing her with a hat on, like, what's his name? From You. What's his name? Joe. His name was Joe, but he had the hat on, and it's like, but it's a woman though. Or actually, they're saying keep it open. Take it as it resonates. But to be honest, when I seen it, the first thing I seen was a woman. And I feel like she was stalking you. And it's behind a gentleman. But now I'm seeing it could be a masculine, because now it just shifted. Like my eyes just shifted and now I see a woman. So maybe you could be a masculine and you received something and you brought it home and she's like, where the fuck did you get that shit from? So take it as it resonates. I feel the need, like the gender is fluid, so it could be either or. Heavy emphasis on Daydream or Daydreamer by Adele. Go listen to that song. I don't know why, but for some reason there's a message for you there, because I was about to start singing it. Because she said, there is no way to describe him, but he's just what I've been hoping for. So if you find him sitting on your doorstep, waiting for a surprise. Some of you guys are going to be walking into a surprise. And you'll feel like he's been waiting there for hours. But I can tell that he's been there for life. So maybe you guys might be walking into a surprise from one of your significant lovers. And like they have flowers like on beds and stuff like that. It could be a proposal. I'm seeing the initials O. Some of you guys should start getting into gardening. I'm seeing a giraffe. I'm hearing Pony by Genuine. So just be careful about like this weekend, y'all. And the reason why I say that, I see the initial C, I see the initial L and T and X and Y. Be careful about this weekend, because I feel like Paris could be significant. Something's gonna happen this weekend. Number 4, and because I want to give off a specific message, but God is not letting me because there's too many of you guys watching. But there's a significance to this weekend. Just be mindful about who you sleep with. Some of you guys could be repeating a cycle if you do sleep with somebody this weekend. I'm seeing the initials R, but it's backwards. And then I heard Robert. I see D. And I see red flag, red flag. And then my dog just came up behind me and she just like put her whole butt on me. So maybe that's significant. Maybe when y'all be cuddling with somebody, in order for y'all to sit over here and get their attention, like you put your ass on him, you know that? Like, y'all sit over here and like, y'all be trying to like put your butt on them in order for you to get their attention. Like, sire, fuck on me right now. Some of you guys might be sitting over here wondering why you are, why your partner isn't having sex with you. I feel like it's because they're scared to get you pregnant, because I'm seeing a pregnancy here. Maybe y'all could have in y'all past had abortions and they don't want to do that again. I see 777, but I also see it in reverse. It's like the 7s are in different ways. I see 3 cups. So what is the 3 of cups? I feel like they want me to read it. Please hope. Yeah, I only do what I'm called to do. So if you don't like it, then fuck it, I don't care. Okay, so the 3 of Cups is water. It's Mercury and Cancer. We said Cancer already. It's celebrations, abundance, family, and friendships. So it says it's time to celebrate. Okay, so this weekend, y'all are celebrating this weekend, okay? Be careful, though. January can be significant, and the reason why I'm saying that is because somebody told me January is a christening, and I see christening right here, so something about January. The 3 shows parties and reunions, from anniversaries, christenings, weddings, birthdays, to a great night out or weekend away with friends and family. This is a time for indulgence and rewards, to enjoy others' company, be carefree, and have simple fun. There's also a flirtatious air about this 3. Okay, so what did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? I said be careful about who y'all done that thing on this weekend, okay? Be careful, okay?
You'll soon be in a perfect situation and mood for lighthearted love. Key, lighthearted love. Okay? So some of y'all is getting roses this weekend. Okay? The cup on the card are raised, or it says the cups on the card are raised in a toast. There's a feeling of abundance, but if you're a wine rather than water drinker, or some of you guys just be drink. Okay, be careful about what y'all drinking. I'm sorry. Why am I getting so excited for y'all? Or you got a sweet tooth, you may be tempted to overindulge. However, whatever your pleasure, the 3 ultimately reveals emotional and or physical healing. Spending time with people who make you feel good raises your vibrations and energy levels. This positive influence can also soothe physical alignments that are triggered by stress. So, as 3 in this, hold on, wait. As 3 is the number of creation, this shows a creative time, literally with a pregnancy or birth. Some of you guys could be pregnant, and I said that be careful. This person might not be trying to have sex with you because in the past you could have gave birth, or they're scared to get you pregnant. Some of you guys got really good schlong, really good poom poom, so I like that for y'all. Just be mindful. I also feel the need to tell you right now, just randomly, like if you're not trying to get pregnant, use protection or just don't be fucking. I feel like that's significant for this weekend. I also feel like you should count like what kind of sign it's gonna be, because maybe that might be significant. Some of y'all might be like, I don't want to have no fucking Scorpio. There goes Scorpio again. What's 9 months from now? What are we in? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So if you guys don't want no motherfucking Geminis, then don't be fucking radio. Okay. Turn your focus to new ideals and share them, as whatever you do will be enjoyable and well received, even rewarded by others. It's time to let your talent shine. So some of you guys might be indulgent. Maybe you guys might not be going out, or maybe you guys need to go out to celebrate y'all new projects. Some of you guys might need to sit over here and like start rewarding yourself. Yeah, big emphasis on rewarding yourself. Spot on. I feel the need. I kept seeing celebrate with the people that are not going to be in your near future. So it's like some of you guys are getting ready like to release a lot of old situations, a lot of old people, and it's reminding me of a meeting I actually had with one of my mentees this week, and I was telling her that it's time for her to release like all old shit, and come Sunday, like that shit needs to be gone, or we throwing shit out. Like we waking up on Sunday morning and we could put it on our Aretha Franklin and we fucking going. So that might be significant. You guys might really be doing like a deep cleansing, or you need to. Specifically, I'm seeing J, and I'm also seeing the initial C but backwards, and I'm also seeing T. I'm also hearing wedding, and I see flowers again. This time I see tulips though. So some of you guys are really getting flowers. Maybe that might be one of the rewards that you get. Do I have flowers on this? No, it's just a flamingo. But there's a glass. So some of you guys are going to be drinking this weekend. But as the 3 of Cups said, and then here goes a fucking wine glass. That's confirmation. Some of you guys are going to be drinking. Just be mindful of not overindulging, okay? And don't be drinking and driving. I also feel the need to say, yeah, don't sit over here and be, don't overdrink, because I do see you throwing up, okay? Not everybody, but you know, if you drink a certain type of something, you're going to throw up. Don't drink that shit. I feel like this, if you do it correctly, like if you drink, this is going to be a time where you remove your mask, because I'm seeing a person right here and they're removing their mask. Maybe the liquor does that to you. And it's funny because behind this person is the tulips that I just seen. Maybe you're turning your back. Ooh, okay, please hold, because the picture just got picturing. I wish I could really see this shit. I see a masculine right here. This masculine has the flowers in his head. He also has like a white like feather in his hat type shit, but I'm seeing like a it's so funny. I'm seeing a baseball cap. like a fitted pro hat type stuff. But it's like he has a feather in his head, and it's a white feather. But feathers, like, it's giving me what's that energy? They're telling me to go read a certain thing really quickly. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Because they want me to give you the correct knowledge. They said it's on the Fool card. The significance of the feather is on the Fool card. Or it's on the Death card. It's one of the two. The red feather in the Fool's cap denotes his life force. But then it also has a white rose. Some of you guys could be getting white roses this weekend, and it says the white roses stands for purity and innocence. Okay, so that ties into what the fuck I'm about to tell you. Okay, that's why. In this right here, one second, hold on, let me find him again. There's this masculine that's about to give you, okay, here he goes. There's this masculine that's about to sit over here and give you flowers. He has a feather into his in his hat. To me, it's a white feather, so it's life force. But the white roses signify innocence and purity. I feel like this person played with your emotions. I feel like this person from your past, and this might be a specific person, it might be only one person that this is for, but I want you to hear me. This person played with your emotions in the past, like they was really playing with fire, and you walked away from them, and they're trying to get you back by being sweeter. And it's like in the past you had identified that these people, like this person or these people, like they were innocent, like they had a good heart. They just had fucked up things about them. Maybe they grew up in a fucked up environment. They didn't know how to show love, and now I'm hearing like they were never taught love. So how could they love you in that way? But you in your past used to make so many excuses for this person until they stabbed you in your heart to the point where you couldn't walk away. And then now I'm getting the energy of, but now they're trying to do everything in like their power to get you back, which is showing the sweeter side. Like, you know, they don't know how to show love, but they like, but here's some flowers type shit. But you and now I'm seeing you as like you still have your back turned towards this stuff. This person could have been suicidal type shit. But it's like they're trying to wave the white, because now I'm seeing a white flag. They're trying to wave like a white flag and trying to get you back. But it's like your back is turned towards this person, and I feel like they're saying be careful about overindulging, because you might accept this person back when in reality you're not supposed to. When in reality you're supposed to keep moving in the right direction, because some of you guys have issues with holding on to people. Like some of you guys, like it takes y'all a lot to like people, or y'all really don't really love people like that. So it's like, if I really do fuck with you, you will try, like I'm getting the energy like y'all will try and try and try to keep y'all shit together. Like y'all will try, like y'all will literally try to like I feel like a clinch, and it's like, but it's supposed to end. And so you finally got to a point to where you had to turn your back to this person. And now that you've officially turned your back to this person is trying every single fucking thing to get you back. And I'm even seeing a dog. It's like they might pop up with a dog like, here babe, I'm trying to make this shit work, which reminds me of with my actual last ex. Before we officially broke up, when I was telling him I wanted to separate, he actually did get me a dog. So some of you guys, they might get you a dog. That's significant. But I also feel like I feel the need to sit over here and tell you the whole story, because the significance of the dog is that, listen, just because they give you materialistic shit doesn't mean that it changes the environment. Me and my ex broke up because of communication issues, which that could be significant, but a dog isn't going to fix communication issues. And as soon as I sat over here and I was like, okay, I'll keep the dog, but you still got to go, my ex ended up going and getting the dog and taking it back to the person that they bought it from, or that he bought it from. So that's significant. I feel like whoever you're dealing with, they are very much vindictive. Like, and not to shit on my ex, because he's a good person, but I feel like the person you're dealing with is a pig, because I'm seeing a pig right here. Or maybe some of you guys were born in the year of the pig, or they were. But I'm getting the energy like they're the type of person like, listen, if you don't conform to me, then I'm about to take back all my shit from you. Some of them, they could have gave you jewelry. They could have gave you like clothes. They could have gave you a lot of shit. But because you did not conform, or because you didn't give in, because you didn't sit over here and you didn't take them back, Heavy emphasis on J. Maybe you have the initial J somewhere in your name, or they do, but because you didn't conform, they're taking back all your shit. And now I see the guy walking away. He's like, I just sat over here and I gave you all this shit. I just gave you these flowers. I just gave you this dog. I just gave you this necklace. I just gave you all this shit, and you still not gonna take me back? I'm about to pick up all my shit, my little feather too, and I'm about to walk. Yes, ex or a situation. Be careful. I feel the need, because I see somebody with a long ass nose. Be careful about somebody around you that's a liar, because now I'm getting Pinocchio. But what's the significance of Pinocchio? I might have to go back and rewatch Pinocchio, because I don't know the significance. I don't even remember how the storyline of Pinocchio goes. I just know that every time he lied, his nose got bigger. So maybe you guys might be noticing the more that somebody lies, it's like, you know, you keep making the story, like you keep making it worse for yourself. Somebody think that they could fix their shit with their dick, but they can't. And that's a fact. Some of you guys really cry a lot of tears for this person, because I'm seeing you here too, and I'm seeing it's crazy. Because right under these tulips, I'm seeing you crying, and because it took everything in your power not to take this person back. Your biggest challenge will be to stay within turning your back and keeping your back turned. Because I'm seeing 2 paths for you, and now I'm hearing butterfly effect. And if you guys don't know what the butterfly effect is, it's like you can be on your path to life, but if you alter one thing, if you alter just one fucking thing, now all of a sudden your life is on a whole new path. So it's like, I feel like your team is like, stay strong. I feel like they're really encouraging you to take off the mask, to stop pretending. So I feel like this is a separate, I feel like this is a separate message. I feel like you're like, whoever I'm speaking to, you're feminine. You're used to this lifestyle, but this lifestyle didn't, like, this lifestyle of having everything got you heartbroken, because I'm seeing you crying real tears over this person, because you really do love this person. But I'm hearing you say, how can you love me but you beat my ass? Because now I'm seeing, like, I'm seeing scars on your forehead type stuff. I feel like you're brainwashed into thinking that this person loves you because you were never loved correctly. Now, this is a specific message. I feel like you were like, it was like, in a sense, you never knew what love was. And it's like, because you were neglected when you were a child, even if it was like your parents were just working too much, it's like you were still neglected. And I feel like this man came and, like, it could have been like your first love, and like they showed you, like they were vulnerable with you, like they gave you things, and it's like maybe you didn't have a lot growing up, but then they gave you shit, and it's like, okay, but that must mean that they love me. They don't give up on me. They sit over here and they get mad when I sit over here and look at other people. That must mean they love me. They sit over here and defend me. That must mean that they love me. They took me away from all the people, from my parents and stuff like that, because my parents were hurting me. That must mean that they love me. No, that means that they're possessive. That means that they're obsessive. That means that they want you to conform. But in your head, you think it's love. Or maybe this is you. You could think that it's love to be possessive over this person, because I'm seeing you attract what you are. Maybe you have adapted the personality of this person, and it reminds me of my first love. I was calm, cool, and collective, never really knew shit about toxicity, but it's like, because he was toxic, I became toxic. I thought it was okay. You slap me, okay, I'm gonna slap you back. You thought it was okay for me to sit over here and like, you thought it was okay to sit over here and talk shit to me, I'm gonna talk shit to you back. It's like you become the toxic one by dealing with toxic people. So that could be significant. But eventually somebody loses. Heavy emphasis on your heart though. It might be time for you, because it's like the more you deal with this person, the more you pour out your own glass. I'm seeing some of you guys could have had a baby out of this. Some of you guys have babies with people that are toxic. Some of you guys, it took until you had this baby for you to sit over here and realize that This ain't your person. I also feel the need to sit over here and tell y'all that if you guys have kids with people, the like releasing them and like breaking this the cord to them is different than if you just had intercourse with somebody. Like it's a whole different, like it's more intense. I feel the need to tell y'all that. Heavy emphasis on Scorpio. Scorpio has been in my reading all fucking this whole day. So yeah. For some reason, I'm hearing Barney. What was the significance of Barney? So some of you guys need to go back and watch an episode of Barney. Maybe watch Pinocchio too. Even as an adult. And I know y'all are like, what the fuck am I supposed to? I'm hearing JT. I'm also seeing 5. I'm also hearing I'm a diva. I'm also hearing now diva is the female version of a hustler. So some of you guys is hustlers. I feel like if you guys want a lot of kids, you can have kids, but just be mindful of who you having kids with. Some of you guys have a birthday coming up. I'm seeing a birthday cake. I'm also seeing a dinner. Some of you guys might be going to a dinner this evening or this weekend. And you're about to be fly like a diva. And I hear Beyonce say, what she say? She ain't no diva. So that might be fucking significant, okay? I'm seeing VJ. I'm also seeing V and Z. I feel the need to tell y'all, the more you focus your energy on this past person, the more that you're not going to be able to find love within your new person. There's somebody that loves you, but you keep holding on to a person. They could have a mustache. Some of you guys is like looking for your past and you're like, it's like you're trying to move on to your next, but you keep looking like at your past as the example. And I understand that your past is the only example that you have in order to like mooch off of. But I feel like going back to our downloaded messages, you need to ask yourself, what is settling? What don't you like? Don't compare your new experiences based off of your ex, because you got rid of that person, right? And yes, there were a lot of parts of that person that you liked, but it's like, what didn't you like? What did you settle for? So you don't do that shit again, okay? Now, y'all, I'm gonna leave it there because I feel like this video is already gonna be long as shit. I'm uploading it to my YouTube, so this whole thing will sit over here and be on my YouTube. Rich off, I was just doing a collective message, so I'm not reading. I wasn't reading for anybody in particular. If you found messages within that, then cool. If not, then thanks for watching anyway. If you guys want a personal reading, go ahead, and the link is in the bio. I actually switched my time. Whatchamacallit? John, I haven't contacted her to do a duo because I haven't felt called to it. I do things when I'm called to it. So if you guys want a personal reading, I actually switch my times of to when I am going to be doing it, like in my link in my bio. So I'm going to start doing them later. So feel free to book with it. The reason I did that is because I felt like it was like I wanted to be able to go live and have enough time to do lives and then do readings after. I think I actually like got booked a few times while I was on this live. So if it's not available for today, you could book for tomorrow. Also, if you guys only have Cash App, that's okay. Just DM me and I could do it to where you don't have to use your card or your information. You could just Cash App me and then I could just do your reading. I'm trying to think, is there anything I'm forgetting? Oh, also, I forgot. I just put my bundle of readings on sale. So usually like for a 30-minute reading, I charge like $50. I have it to where I'm doing a 6 bundle reading to where we can spread it out throughout the month, and up until like all your sessions. Whenever you want to do your sessions, you could do your sessions. I have it to where instead of it being like $300, I marked it down to $197. So that's also on my link in my bio. So if you want to do a bundle and then you want to schedule out when we do our readings, that's perfect too. And I feel like that's it. Also, I only have 2 slots left for mentoring. So, and I took it off of my website. So if you guys want to be a mentor, I only have 2 slots left. So just DM me. It's not on my website anymore. And then I feel like that's it. I feel like that's all for now. So I love you guys. If you want to book me, you already know how to do that. Y'all have a good day, okay?